Good morning. Having a little challenge here. Oh, never mind. It's already streaming. If it's correct, let me see. Right, let me see. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm back here on the screen. Good morning, everybody. Super excited this morning. We are gonna go to the basics on something, but before we go, anybody wants to share anything that happened lately, or those of you that were at any of the events? Because I know we have several events in a row. We have Dallas, we have Iowa, we have Chicago, San Luis. I think San Luis is tonight, or was last night. I don't know. The time is getting all. But anyway, anybody wants to share? Go ahead. Okay. Ta, 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 ta. Oh, Florida too. I know some people were in an event in Florida yesterday. Um, it's why we probably don't have as many people because I know Florida is today. Uh, Kimberly, do you want to share about Chicago? Because I heard that was excellent. If you can hear me.
Good morning, George. I don't think I have much of a voice left.
Oh,
It was so much fun. I can't even believe it. And um, Daniel and our fearless leaders, Corbin and Dr. Alicia and Holly, everybody was so on point. They were funny, informative, great with everybody, took photos with everyone. It was just incredible. So I just have to say, we are all just getting started in three. And with all of these events happening all over the US, boy, 1 year from now, I can't even imagine where we will be. I think we could do more than 300 million. So there's my voice. Thank you.
cool. Thank you very much. Yeah, I heard that all those events have been really, really good. Who else wants to share?
I would I would like to if you unmute me, maybe. Am I
Yeah,
muted?
Bobby. Yeah, I can hear you, Bobby.
Well, good morning, everybody. Yeah, Kimberly, it was just I was just so impressed. I'm brand new, and it was just lovely to meet everybody. The energy and all that, I expected that, but there was unexpected things too. It was just a really good feeling for I think everybody in the room, both rooms, the evening in Rosemont. I think we had about 100 people there. And then we had an awesome breakfast at the Waldorf Astoria
Oh, wow.
right here downtown in the Gold Coast here.
That's great.
And it's very impressive. It was just delightful. I
Great,
can't
great,
wait. I
great.
can't wait till they all come back to town again. We had a good time.
Thank you, Bobby. Great. By the way,
You got it.
for the guitars in the background, I have the feeling that you love to play guitar.
Yeah, well, that's just part of my thing.
Yeah, we have another person that loves guitars, Cliff. I thought I saw Cliff Barron in New Jersey. He also, oh, he's right there.
Yep.
He also actually he played in a band. Cliff, how are you? Good
Yeah, I
morning.
was at an open mic jam last night, come to think of it. So, yeah, would love
Perfect.
to talk to you about guitars.
Anytime.
Perfect.
Sounds
Perfect. Thank you. Anyway, anybody else wants to share? Thank you, Cliff.
George?
Yes,
George?
Carmen. Okay. Hi,
Yes.
Carmen.
Hi, good morning. I just wanted to say yes. I had four guests at the event on Wednesday night, and two of those guests, have never had no idea what I was doing in that. And one of them was a gentleman, and he was very, very impressed with the presentation, everything. So was the other lady. The other lady, she sells CBD products on there, and she just sells them at marketplaces. That's how I met her. And she was impressed also too with the presentation and the company and the ingredients and that. It's just And like you say, keep making your list and keep inviting until they tell you no, because that lady from the CBD, it's been 6 months since I met her. And finally one day, and then finally when I sent the invite, she goes, yes, I can go. I'm like, whoa, on there. But they were very impressed with the presentation. Everybody was great. And what would you tell someone who does sell CBD products? Um, like when I follow up with her, George, she has no future there. She's independent. She doesn't have a company that backs her up or anything.
No, one of the things that I will say is, you know, the beautiful thing here, you can create a residual income in your business selling CBD. You always have to be there. You cannot go on vacation because you don't make money. Here, you can create a team, and the cool thing that we have products that are actually backed by the PDR has incredible credibility on the medical community.
Yeah, she saw that. She saw that, but I gotta
And
follow up with her,
that's
tell her.
right. And you can
Okay.
create a team, because if you are not working, you're not making money. Here, when you create a team and you are not working, you still are getting a check. That's the beautiful thing about this business. I would say
Okay.
that.
But they were great events. The morning one too as well, but especially the
Perfect.
evening. Yes.
Perfect. One more person that wants to share? I saw several microphones that went on. That's why.
Yeah,
George, I'll
well,
share.
Oh, hi,
this is
Freda.
Kevin. Let me just say
Good
thank you to
morning.
Adrienne for sharing the plan with us yesterday morning. She did a fantastic job, and I think we answered every objection in that plan. But I just wanted to thank Adrienne publicly and thank you for sharing her with us. And
Perfect.
amen.
Thank you. Freda, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, George. Yes, Florida absolutely was on fire yesterday. We were in Orlando. We had Kina, we had Christine, we had Antoinette. I mean, that's a team of rock stars. And then on top of that, we had Adrian come in on a bleep for us. It was an amazing day. I will tell you that it was at a beautiful coffee shop, and people made so many contacts that it was amazing. And then we had a great day there doing appointments from 10 to 3. And then from 6 to 8 last night, we did an amazing dinner. In addition to that, we did a live video stream into our Virginia team. So as we were working Florida, we were working Virginia, and we were all having fun.
Amazing. Amazing. And I know the part in Florida had not finished yet. Now you're going to go to Jacksonville.
We are on our way to Jacksonville today. Another
Perfect.
party tonight, 6 to 8, and tomorrow, 10 to 2.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you. Shannon, go ahead. Good morning.
Oh, there we go. I'm unmuted. Good morning. Yeah, we took a trip to Chicago and it was so fun. Kevin and Brad and Cheryl, all of us ended up there. We had a brand new brand ambassador. I don't see her on this morning, but that came from that. So that was very exciting. The room was full of energy. It was awesome. I was so just really proud of the company, like Daniel and the people representing the company. They did a fabulous job. So that was super awesome. And then I wanted to welcome, Crystal Halfman. She's brand new to our team. So she jumped on this morning, and her husband are going to be doing this together. We're so excited to have them.
Welcome, Crystal. And yeah, I can see her. Okay, thank you very much. Well, we are going to go into something very basic. Yesterday, we saw Karen and Tracy Smith. They were talking about doing presentation face to face, and that's the basics. Now, at the same time, we have to remember today also, this is for local people. No, when I mean local people, within 3 hours. I say always local is within 3 hours. If you can drive within 3 hours, make sure you do a presentation within 3 hours. It doesn't make sense that you're going to have a Zoom call with somebody that lives just a few blocks away, like kids do. I don't know, you have seen teenagers. They're in a house, all of them are with a phone, and they are talking to each other through text in the same room. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. But anyway, we are at the right time. You see, on all these events that are happening around the country, there's so much excitement, and we have to make sure that we get it caught into our personal momentum. Personal momentum is we grow ourselves, our business personally, and the way is numbers. Is the more people we connect, the better we connect. And the basics are very simple. And we talk about that. The first one is just make your list. It's a what we call the four-step process. You make your list, you connect with that list. That's where you invite people. Then you present and you follow up. Now you are making that list, and that list comes from many words. Many is people that you already know, people that you connect in person, people that you connect on social media, people that you are connecting. You're always adding people to this list. Then that's the list, and you are connecting with them. And the connection, the main purpose is to invite them to see something, not to say too much, because one of the biggest challenges when people say, I invite like 10 people for a Zoom, but they didn't come. And it's a 90% chance that we say too much. And when I say that, it's because in every call that I have had this week with the 30-minute call, when I ask, well, what do you tell people to invite it? They say too much. Oh, it's an amazing company. The product's incredible. The people are walking on water. People are growing arms, and it's amazing. I mean, I am exaggerating, obviously, but they talk too much. And then by the time they say, well, I would like to invite you to a Zoom, the person said that think that already have enough information, and they are not going to come to the Zoom. They are not going to come to the meeting. And that's why it's so important just to remember, is to invite people. And how do we invite? Very simple. When people say, well, what is it? I wish I could tell you, but I don't want to give you a disservice and not tell you the whole story. It's why I'm inviting you to blank. Could be a Zoom, could be a personal presentation, etc. And if this is not for you, that's okay. If this is for you, that's okay too. It's just that I don't feel that I can explain it, or this is not the right environment to explain it. You can say any of those two things, but it's very important, because as soon as you start saying way more than that, many people make decisions in their head and they don't know the whole story. They don't know the whole story. And it's one of the reasons so many people don't come to invitations. We talk too much. No, that doesn't mean that everybody that doesn't come to invitation is because we talk too much. It's just that in many cases, at least in the several calls that I have in the last 2 weeks, when I ask, what do you say? Most people are saying too much, too much. Again, we have to make sure we say just enough to get curiosity for the person to go into the presentation. Now, Fridays always we have a social media Friday, but I'm going to go into something very basic, something that was interesting. I have been doing a personal survey with people, and I found out that most people have never done a presentation in Zoom. And when I say most, probably only 20% of the people knows how to use Zoom. As a matter of fact, most don't have even Zoom. And you know how to connect to Zoom. Right now, we have several people in Zoom. You know how to come here. You know how to connect. But how many of you actually are doing a presentation on Zoom? And you say, well, I don't know how to do it. Well, you know what is the next step to learn how to do it? That's simple. And it's very, very simple. I'm going to go to a basic, but then at the end, I'm going to give you a resource where you can find everything you need about Zoom. But first, I'm going to open let me see, make sure I have the right PowerPoint. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, let me share my screen. And now, for those of you that don't know, you can, okay. By the way, do you see that little button up there? When you are going to show a presentation to somebody, you click there. I'm going to start from the basics. Tick. Now, how do you open an account? Very simple. You go to Zoom. That's it. Oh, let me close the picture, because every time I do the picture, I cannot see. All right. My picture is going to be off for a second. All right. Okay. You see that arrow? It says sign up for free. You can sign up for a free account. Free. You don't have to pay anything. Now, it has a limitation, and at the end I'm going to show the limitations. But you want to start practicing Zoom, as long as your presentations are under 40 minutes, you're okay, because the presentation lasts 40 minutes and the free account. And the free account is sufficient for, as long as you are going to be less than 40 minutes. But anyway, let's go to the next one. Now, when you say the sign up, they're going to ask you for verify your age. You put your birthday. I'm going very step by step, because when people tell me that they couldn't get a Zoom account, I want to make sure that you do it by explaining that. I don't want to excuse it, because everybody has to have a Zoom account. You have to learn, because it's very important. You are doing face-to-face presentation in your area, but you have a friend. Let's suppose that you live in New Jersey and you have a friend in Florida. Then you know how you are going to connect with Florida, and you can do a presentation with them. And for your team, if you have a team already, but you are not doing Zoom presentations, you are doing a disservice to your own team. You cannot depend always on your upline. I know many people say, well, I so-and-so is doing the presentation for me, but it's very imperative that you learn how to do it yourself, because if not, you are going to get to the point that you're going to be like in a bottleneck, and your growth is going to slow down, because you are doing a disservice to your team. Now, if you feel uncomfortable doing presentation, you can have somebody in your team that partner with you to do your presentation. But you always cannot depend just on your upline, because again, then you are going to have a bottleneck in your growth. But anyway, you verify your age. It's very simple. And then you send the email address, and then you start it. They send you a code. I mean, it's very system. But anyway, then you're ready to sign in. Okay, you see the arrows. You sign in. I'm going a little fast, but this is going to be recorded, or is recorded. And then you sign in. And when you sign in, what happens? You enter your password. I'm going very step by step. You click on personal room. You see, there are many other links. When you see it for the first time, you say, where do I go? You click on the personal room. You click on the star. You can open Zoom. There's a window that's going to come. Open your Zoom. Voila. Oh, by the way, make sure you click join with computer audio, because if not, then the people are not going to hear. And that's it. You're there. You're in your Zoom. By the way, I was going to do it sharing at my other Zoom, but I couldn't, because for some reason you cannot do Zoom sharing Zoom. I tried. But anyway, and then you click share. And then when you click share, this window is going to appear. Now, there's some little on the right side, I didn't mark those, where it says share sound or optimize for video sharing. If you are playing a video, make sure you check those two. And then you click share, and that's it. You have the presentation. Then you click in the little thing, and then you do the presentation. Now, it's a very simple process. Oh, by the way, let me go one slide here. Just to show you the different services that they have. The basic, you got up to 40 minutes. You can have up to 100 participating. That's great. I remember when the first time that I have the free account of Zoom. I don't have the free account right now. You have only I think it was only 10 people that you could have. Now you can have up to 100. That's cool. And you can have meetings up to 40 minutes. You can share up to 10 documents, etc., etc. But you're not going to be sharing documents. You're going to be sharing your screen. That's it. And with the free one, you can share the screen. Somebody was telling me a few days ago, well, I have the free one. Is why I cannot share the screen. Yeah, you can. You can, because I have the one that I show is a free one that I opened to see if I could share the screen. You have the professional, that's the next one, and that's give you way more hours per minute. You can have meetings 30 minutes long. But anyway, let me get out of here, because now, any questions? Oh, by the way, there are cool pictures on the side. I just saw. Wow. Any questions? Because this is going to be the challenge. Let me open my picture. It's Friday. By Monday, you have to know how to do a presentation. Now, you say, still, I don't have a clue. Let me share my screen again. You see here how to do PowerPoint on Zoom or whatever you have. And there are tons of videos. Tons of videos. how to present PowerPoint on Zoom meetings. Presentations are from only 2 minutes presentations, 3 minutes presentation. You want to go in details, 10 minutes presentation. All these how-to videos. There are tons of them, tons of them, tons. There is no any excuse. If you say, I don't know how to do a presentation, you just do this. I already show you on this today. Okay. All right. And that's all what you need to know. That's it. You just have to know how to get your Zoom, click share, start playing the PowerPoint presentation. Now, where you find the PowerPoint presentation? Okay, let me share a screen again because everything is in there already. You go to Legacy Makers. Okay. To Facebook. And then you go to Legacy Makers group. Guess what? Here's the presentation. You can download it on your computer. Now, you download it in the computer, then you can play, you have it in your computer. In my case, I use Keynote. When I open Keynote, then of course, this is the presentation that I was doing, but I have also the team present. Oh, I have so many open. I had the team presentation too. And people say, can you email it to me? Sure, I can, but it's already in the group. Okay, and by the way, the best way to learn is to do it, not to try to learn. And now you can practice. Actually, you can practice with your own team. Because again, if you have a team, it's a must that you have to know it because you want to make sure, because there are going to be people in your team that are going to be excellent with PowerPoint presentations and Zooms. And then you have to make sure that you are helping people to do that. But again, today I'm doing it very simple. Make it very simple today. Make sure you repeat this video. You open your Zoom presentation. Even if you don't know how to do PowerPoint, you don't have to. You just download the PowerPoint presentation in your computer. You don't have to know how to make one because it's already made for you. That's simple. It's not like, again, that you said, okay, shoot, I don't know how to create a PowerPoint too. You don't have to. It's already set up. Just practice. Practice, make it perfect. And I don't want to hear saying people, well, because I don't want to hear that doesn't mean that you're not going to tell me saying, yeah, but I had to learn more about what? You open your account, etc. Yeah, Dick said Keynote should be included with the operating system. I use Keynote, by the way. This, for those of you, what is Keynote? Is the PowerPoint presentation version of a Mac, of Apple. In my opinion, has a great advantage over PowerPoint because you can make everything in Keynote and you can make it into, by a click of a button, becomes a PowerPoint. And you also can read with Keynote or with the Mac, with Keynote, you can open any PowerPoint presentation into Apple. That's why I like more from the point of view of simplicity and flexibility, but those are for those of you that have Macs. If you don't have a Mac, there's no way to get the Keynote. But the Keynote, for me, is so darn simple. That's why I love it. I use both. Well, you don't see my window, but I have both open. I have the PowerPoint and the Keynote, but I prefer to make everything on the Keynote. I know Dix was talking about the Keynote. The Keynote, by the way, comes with your computer. If you have a Mac computer, you don't have to buy. It's a free program that comes with the Mac. And the upgrades are free. You never have to pay for it. And it's really cool. It's really, really, really cool. In my opinion, it's much simpler to use than PowerPoint. PowerPoint do some other things that you cannot do Keynote, but 99% of the things that you have to do, 100% actually, because I have no need anything from PowerPoint because I can create movies, etc. with Keynote. Of course, you don't have to do that, but it's to give you the power, not only PowerPoint presentation, but you can create movies and a lot of stuff. But anyway, I don't want to keep advertising Apple. They are not paying me a commission. Okay. Any questions? Because again, Okay, yeah, Kara said, what is Keynote and cost? You have an Apple, it's there. You never have to pay a penny. That's the cool thing, by the way. Keynote comes with your system. Um, does anyone what to do is with Android? Well, Android would be the phone. And computer, you have a PC, you use the PowerPoint, and the Android, you can use the PowerPoint too. That's Android is on in the phone, and PC is your computer. They use is PowerPoint. And by the way, all the presentation that the company do, they are in PowerPoint or PDF file that can be read by any system. I download it in PowerPoint and then I make it into Keynote because it's so easy. I just open when ask me how do you want to open it, I want to open it as a Keynote, and that's it. Can you get a presentation on your phone? Yes, you can. As a matter of fact, if some of you know, I have done presentation from my phone. And I don't know, again, depend on your phone, but here you can share your screen with a computer, for example, with a monitor, excuse me, or with a TV, and from your phone. For those of you that you have seen me doing presentation just from my iPhone. You have the iPhone Pro Max, exactly, the 16, the same one that you have, Kevin. And I use it that my phone is my computer. I don't have to bring my laptop or anything like that. Because if I know there's a screen, I just do my presentation from here. As a matter of fact, I have all the keynote presentation here. For example, everything. Oh, this is one of the cool things about the Apple environment is that anything that I download in my Apple computer, automatic is going to be in my phone. As long as it's Apple, by the way, it's automatic. I don't have to download anything. And then I have all my presentation. I don't know, you can see all my PowerPoint keynote presentations are here. Keynote recent. It's cool. It's why I like the Apple environment. I know some people prefer PC and Android. It's just that I like this Apple because everything's connected. Everything's connected. When the first thing that I have Apple was a phone, and one of my friends who's a computer designer, etc., told me if you are going to have an iPhone, you better get an Apple, a Mac. And I did a Mac, and now since then I've been all is Apple because again, all connect my app, my lap, and my I don't know. You can see my here my iPad that I have it in the background. Everything is connected. It's so cool. But again, let's go back. Make sure you go download your Zoom call application. Follow the steps of this presentation. As a matter of fact,